Let's get ready to rumble. Crypto falling off a bit today. Trade war intensifying. Scary things are happening. War on for your mind and your money. We're going to be talking about what's going on, the latest in the trade war, okay? The latest in the Bitcoin charts, latest in the altcoin charts. We got lots to cover, including your questions, second half of the stream. Sue, what is up? Fred Boy, Fernando, Daniel. I see you guys. Wendy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Creeker, Drees to Grief, it's Trap. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see everybody here. Steve-O, welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's get into it. We got lots to get through, so no time to waste, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to eliminate capital gains. You mean capital gains tax, right? Classic joke. Let's get into this. NVIDIA says the U.S. government has banned them from selling H20 chips to China for the indefinite future. NVIDIA says this will come with a $5.5 billion change to Q1 earnings. The stock's down 5% on the news. That's a huge amount of lost sales for NVIDIA. Definitely a trade war is brewing to extreme degrees right now, cutting off of technologies that are critical for the future growth of countries. And look, China's been working on its own chips for a while, and you don't think that they're reverse engineering all those NVIDIA chips that they have? Of course they are. Of course they are. Kimball Musk saying Boeing is now canceled in China. That's right. China said we're not buying any more Boeing planes. Okay. Oh, now it's getting stupid. He said Trump was good for crypto. I still think Trump's good for crypto, but he's causing a risk-off event in all markets, okay? But you can't argue the fact that we got a stablecoin bill coming, we got a strategic Bitcoin reserve, we have all kinds of positive things. We're sending of all these Biden-era anti-crypto things. We have a positive crypto SEC. Yeah, he's nuking with all this tariff BS, nuking prices in the short term. I get it. Don't worry. But look at what's being built, the big picture versus the short-term price noise, okay? Zoom out. This is big, though. Boeing now canceled in China. The great decoupling begins, so it seems reality that Boeing's planes are manufactured in America for Americans and include about 10,000 Chinese-made parts in each plane. Crazy shit. The amount of integration of all these economies is absolutely nuts. And the trade war is just crazy for a variety of reasons. 245% tariffs. That's the headline today, baby. 245% tariffs on China. It's on, baby. The big dongs are on the table. They got the measuring tapes out. Let's see who's bigger. That nuance here, though, is the problem. You see, 245% tariffs only apply to apparently syringes and needles. Lithium-ion batteries getting hit with 173% tariffs. Those squid, I know what you're thinking. Fuck, like my squid addiction has been eating nonstop squid every day, all day, every day. Now it's going to cost 170% more to get Chinese squid. Life's rough. Anyway, some things have been hit with pretty high tariffs, and syringes are not the be-all, end-all of the global economy here, okay? But the headline is 245% tariffs. The actual statement from the White House says up to 245% tariffs, which really is only syringes and needles. But fuck nuance. Who needs nuance when you can just have hyperventilating doom porn headlines constantly, right? Classic stuff. Anyway, rare earth minerals have been canceled out of China. Now, what's interesting, as Mario points out here, rare earths aren't rare. China owns the refining, not the mines. Rare earth minerals are found all over the world, including the USA. In fact, there's been some huge recent discoveries in the USA. Okay? I think Trump needs to go out the old War Powers Act and like get a refinery built in the next 6 months or something that would solve all the problems. But yes, rare earth minerals are found all over the world. China just controls the refining right now. That's the choke point, right? The problem isn't taking it up, it's turning it into magnets, free Vs, missiles, wind turbines, all that kind of stuff. Okay, there you go. European Union likely to suspend resolution efforts with China on electric vehicle tariffs amid ongoing talks to the U.S. So that's interesting. You see, the story a few days ago, was that China and the EU were going to collude together against American tariffs, but, you know, the EU got the phone call, like, what the heck are you guys doing? Come on. Now they're walking back on that potential deal they had in play there. Spencer here saying the U.S. sounds like a desperate psychotic ex. I'm calling on you to reach out to me. Why aren't you responding to all my text messages, she? Xi, are you there? Are you seeing other countries, Xi? Don't tell me his is bigger than mine. Who sounds more desperate, the USA or China? China signals willingness to talk if Donald Trump shows respect and appoints a lead negotiator. Well, it's a step in the right direction. Negotiations are going to take place. You're going to have negotiating teams from China and the USA probably meeting in the next couple weeks. From there on out, you'll get some kind of deal hashed out. Trump and Xi will meet. They'll shake hands, get the photo op. Some kind of deal will be announced. Most other countries will work out deals pretty soon. In fact, we have some big news around that. Donald Trump just tweeted this out. Japan is coming today to negotiate tariffs, the cost of military support and trade fairness. I'll attend the meeting along with Treasury and Commerce Secretaries. That's Besant and Lutnick. Hopefully something worked out with, which is good for Japan and the USA. Japan, third biggest economy in the world, in case you didn't know that. Kind of a big deal that they'll get that deal worked out. Okay, look, really, when it comes down to it, everybody's going to make an effing deal. The EU, Japan, Vietnam, India, the UK, Canada, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's really just a trade war between China and the United States right now. Everything else will be negotiated. In the next few weeks, we're going to start getting a lot of positive headlines around that, okay? Most people, although there's this in the background, okay, most people are bringing lunch to work. That's a bad economic indicator for the Wall Street Journal. Okay, regular people are hurting. You need better jobs. You need a better economy. There's still a lot of fear right now. Clickbait. How is this? I don't understand how this is clickbait. How dare you? Unless you're just messing around. Maybe you're just, hey, you're clowning on me. That's a clickbait comment. That's what that is. Anyway, U.S. stocks down a little bit in the pre-markets, less than 1%. Not that big of a deal. This was on the spike here was on the news that China is ready to send negotiators. Okay. just another day of listening to my favorite YouTuber getting paid not to talk about ICP. Steve-O, where are these payments? You got to hook me up, man. I am all about getting paid not to talk about ICP. I don't talk about it anyway. Pay me the money. Give it to me. Give it to me. I love making money for doing things that I'm already doing. I mean, no, jokes aside. Jokes aside. I wouldn't do it. That's effed up, actually. But anyway, continuing. You guys are great. I love y'all. S&P 500 yesterday rejected the 20-day EMA. 2 rejections in the last few days. Now, that's what you call a downtrend, ladies and gentlemen. Rejection number 1, rejection number 2, rejection number 3, rejection number 4, rejection number 5, rejection number 6. The downtrend continues with trading under the 200-day EMA, which is no bueno. Okay? There you go. Boom. We need to see that taken out before we start getting super excited about markets again. Okay? The S&P 500, this is going to lead everything higher. Okay, this will be the real indicator for a reclaiming of markets and potentially new highs later in the year for stocks and everything else. Retaking the 20-day and ideally the 200. Guys, we're trading these cryptocurrency markets. You want to long the rips, you want to short the dips, because guess what? You can make money no matter what the market is doing. That's the great part. If you have the right mindset, you come in and say, shit, where can I make money today? Where are the longs at? Where are the shorts at? Let's go. But you need a great place to do that at BitUnix. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Well, Lark, where I live, I can't get. No, this is available to anybody, anywhere. Okay. Use the link down below. It's no KYC, no VPN needed, no bullshit. Just click, trade, have fun. You get $10 for starting your account, up to $40 in trading bonus. You deposit $2,000, you get $400 back, and up to $500 in trading bonuses. Go check it out, guys. Link down below. It's actually where I've been doing most of my trading recently. So, nice place to trade. It's very user-friendly. Check it out. So, Jackass, would be a shame if, oh, come on, Bitcoin, do something. Green candle to the face. Coin Signal sharing this interesting commentary. After gold becomes overbought on the monthly time frame, it typically enters a 3 to 6 month sideways range. Fascinating. When equities and Bitcoin usually begin their massive run. Interesting. Interesting. I would like to rebuy some gold at about $2,500 an ounce. Can we arrange that? That'd be fantastic. Okay. That would be great. Love to see that. Beautiful. It is getting pretty damn overbought. It's quite funny. You know, everybody's rushing into gold pretty near the top. And I say, okay, well, I bought it $3,100 the other week. So I didn't buy the top, man. Okay. Fair enough. But a lot of people are going to start just piling into the top of gold approximately based on all the sort of macroeconomic uncertainty that we're seeing right now. And they'll sell their stocks at the bottom. They'll buy gold at the top. And stocks will start pumping. Gold will start dumping. They'll sell their gold for a slight loss, rebuy their stocks higher. You guys know how the game works. This is a very interesting one from CoinTrader, Nick. Long Bitcoin, short gold, and the rest of Q2. So buy gold interest reaching all-time highs on Google. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy stuff right here, guys. How to buy gold. Absolute surging in demand and an interest right now. How to buy Bitcoin? At an extreme low right now. Interesting. Food for thought there, huh? Price of Bitcoin. Oh, it was an interesting day yesterday. We got up to 86,500 approximately. We got rejected. As I was saying yesterday, you need a daily effing candle close above the 50-day EMA. Wicks don't count, man. You know what they say? Wicks only count in horseshoes and hand grenades. Everything else is irrelevant. Still above the 20-day EMA. We actually had a 20-day EMA retest today. Nice reaction, bounced straight off of it. Solana too. We'll talk more about that in a minute, okay? But we bounced right off that 20-day EMA for now. Just underline the for now part. Downtrend still in effect overall. However, it's not far away, man. Not far away to retake that. We need a candle close at 85,005, but really I'd say $86,000, and that could really signal a major shift in markets right now, okay? We have all these moving averages right up overhead here. Very, very close to them right now. Very interesting place for Bitcoin to be, okay? Lark, I did what you said and went all in on WIF. When can we expect that payoff? Well, I did not say to go all in on WIF by any means. I had a WIF, as I said back at the time, I had a dog WIF hat trade open. This is back in the day. We never talked about WIF a little bit yesterday, but that's a very specific trading situation, okay? So you got to be careful with these things. That's why we always say you need to use stop losses, okay? You need to manage your trades by never going all in on a speculative trade like dog WIF hat, for example, right? I would happily risk 1% of my portfolio on dog WIF hat. Fine. If I lose 1% or 0.5%, something like that. Never go all in on a meme coin, man. That's crazy talk. I don't care what the meme coin, even fart coin. I know that sounds insane and ludicrous for me to say. How dare you suggest I not go all in on fart coin, Lark? But not even fart coin, guys. Not even fart coin. I know that's crazy to say. It's crazy to hear myself say that, okay? Bitcoin. So Binance taker buy-sell ratios return to neutral territory, suggesting that bullish sentiment could be returning to Bitcoin, at least as according to crypto quant contributor Dark Frost. Interesting. Quentin's saying it's dead silent out here. No hype, no attention, no dopamine. Most people left, some are bored, others are angry. Oh, a lot of anger. A lot of anger. Anger at the charts, man. But this is exactly the phase where you want to be greedy. Oh, yeah. Disbelief, low prices, maximum opportunity. If you're still here, you're positioned for the biggest payoff of your life. Amen to that. XRP leads the altcoin ETF race. Nearly 10 active applications, followed by Solana, Litecoin, Dogecoin, according to SEC filings, tracked by Keiko. Yeah, Keiko Research. Which crypto ETF do you think will be approved first? Look at that. Very interesting. XRP and Litecoin have been rumored to be the first two that will get approved. Solana, they've said maybe later in Q2. It's a more complicated asset. Dogecoin should be pretty uncontroversial to do a Dogecoin one, to be honest, man, if we're being serious about it. AVAX, Sui, Move, HBAR, Cardano, Aptos, all that stuff also has a variety of applications in. So we're going to start to see a lot of altcoin ETFs coming through, guys. And if we start moving back into a broader risk-on sentiment, I did go on $20 on WIF. I know, the old $20 on WIF, man. Sometimes I look at my couch, find $20. I'm like, it's all in on WIF. Let's go. Let's go, dog with hat, man. They put a hat on the dog, So it's obviously the new paradigm of everything. XRP charts, by the way, with its 10 altcoin ETF applications. XRP, You guys know we like to dog on the bread garlic house coin here, okay? But has been one of the better coins. Still trading with the 200-day EMA, clinging right now to the 20-day EMA. Did get rejected 2 days ago, 3 days ago at the 50-day EMA, but still looks pretty damn good. I got to say, man. Still looks pretty good chart-wise. So obviously, as in a downtrend, but nowhere near as severe as most of the other coins. Look for bounce off the 200-day out of $1.95 to open a potential long there, or a retaking of the 20-day EMA, which we're just below right now. So let's say about a 210 long open with the targeting back up here around 222, or if you want to try to aim for hoping for higher. Longs have been pretty short-lived in the current trading environment. It's pretty hard to keep anything open more than a day at the current situation. Litecoin still looking interesting, but got rejected here on the 20-day EMA. Surprise, surprise. Everything gets rejected on the 20-day EMA these days, doesn't it? Still clinging to the top of the downtrend line here. I'm keeping an eye on it. I will look to potentially re-enter a position here on Litecoin when it retakes the 20-day EMA. Until then, I'm just watching from the sidelines, okay? Ali says, could be Solana could be primed for rebound as the TD sequential flash the buy signal on the weekly chart. All right, I see you, TD sequential there. Monthly stablecoin volume transfer on Solana hits a new all-time high, volume $12 billion plus. Got a beautiful retest today on that 20-day EMA right here at $124. Currently at only around 125.80, so it hasn't had a very super strong bounce reaction yet, but strong enough. Went from 123.50 to $2 up, so let's count that as good enough, right? Interesting. Nice breakout, retest. That also kind of lines up with this previous area of support here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. See if that gives a nice breakout or not. Now, I've got an order in, just every damn time I would learn my lesson at some damn point. I was looking at Solana, I was like, oh, shit. It looks like we're getting a nice little 20-day EMA retest here. Nice. All right, let's put in a long on that. And my wife and my daughter like, come to lunch. Like, oh, let's come to lunch. I'll do it when I get back. Come back. Like, oh shit, I already hit during lunch. Now it's up. Classic. Anyway, I got the 124 order in still. Let's see if it pulls back there. Yeah. Anyway, continuing. Guys, if you want to join our Discord, we're sharing all kinds of great setups all the time. Chart analysis, meme coin plays. We had like a 30x meme coin last week. So lots of great stuff going on over here in the Discord. Link down below if you're not part of that yet. Follow us sharing this. This market draws you in, shakes you out, raises your expectation, nukes your mental health true, takes you to some crazy highs, some depressing lows. And then when all is said and done, you miss out on generational wealth because you faded a project called Buttcoin. Yeah, could have bought Buttcoin, guys. You could have bought Buttcoin. Nick, you lunch, you lose. Apparently, oh well, just a day trade. Nothing, not like I was betting the house on or anything. Just a small day trade. It's fine. But it's true. I think what was the one Jesse, what was the one we hit in the Discord? Well, you hit in the Discord. Was it Titcoin? I think it was Titcoin, wasn't it? Like a 30x. It's just crazy stuff, man. And you say, Lark, but that's so stupid. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But hey, the game is the game, man. Do you want to be right or want to make money? Yes, it is. You're right that it is stupid, but you can also make money off of stupid stuff. That's just the name of the game here, guys. By the way, I don't own any Buttcoin. Okay, I just got my one butt. I don't have any Buttcoins. Okay. Let's see what coins I hold. As always, portfolio disclosures down below in the YouTube description. Pin comment over on X, current holdings, all that sort of stuff. Risk statement as well, because obviously investing in things like serious financial assets like Buttcoin are wildly effing risky, and you're probably going to lose all your damn money. Past performance not equate to future returns, and never invest more than you can afford to lose in any of this crazy stuff, guys. Pumped Up Fund 24-hour volume hits all-time high of $551 million. Our Solana meme's back. Had some nice pumps recently, let's say that. And there has been some action. Fartcoin. I know you guys all want to know what is happening with the Fartcoin, Lark. I know. Well, let's take a look. It has been looking like it's running out of a bit of steam here. Let's just try to take an honest analysis here. So we hit around almost got up to $1 a few different times over the last week or so. We did get into an overbought reading, not massively, but yes, an overbought reading nevertheless. You can see previous reactions to overbought readings were then followed by significant price declines. So let's see what happens here with our old buddy Fartcoin. If we get a decent pullback, or if the market just says, screw it, this is the new paradigm money and it's all going to go to the moon. Adam says, Lark, with the 90-day tariff pause coinciding with M2 money supply, could this have a positive? You know, I think that it could, Adam. Fingers crossed. I think that it could. I think there's enough things lining up when we start getting positive news over the next few weeks. And imagine if they come out next week and say, we've sealed a deal with Japan, new agreement signed, we're going to have complete free trade with the Japanese markets. Boom. Holy shit. That'd be massive. And what if they come out with the EU a week after that and you start getting all these positive news stories coming through, right? Lark, do you think Fartcoin hit $10 billion this cycle? It very well might. Honestly, it very well could. Who the hell knows? It's also speculative and crazy, but I would not be surprised by any means to see Fartcoin hit $10 billion valuation. That's $10 per Fartcoin. You might say, well, that's totally crazy. Yeah, but like Dogecoin was like $100 billion last cycle. Cardano was $100 billion, well, $90 billion last cycle without even smart contracts. The meme coin of meme coins, Charles coin, man, that was crazy. Anyway, crazy stuff here. Are you looking to buy Benji? I'm not looking to get back into Benji. I cut that one. Probably going to look to put the money back into Fartcoin or something like that. I don't want to have too many meme coin plays, to be honest. I don't mind trading the bigger meme coins. I think some of those trade pretty cleanly, like Popcat or Dog of Hat and stuff like that. I think interesting trades on sort of like 2-3x leverage on BitUnix, right? But in terms of like throwing an investment into something, yeah, maybe Fartcoin. Lark, when will Fartcoin be the world reserve currency held on central bank balance sheets? It's coming. It's coming. It's going to go to trillions, man. $10,000 per Fartcoin. Let's go. No, it's silly, obviously. Sonic Labs flips SUI network in TVL. Or when? How long until? Not yet there yet, but $200 million away. Not that crazy. Phantom currently in a downtrend like everything else, struggling to hold on to the 20-day EMA. Not particularly awesome, but not the worst thing in the world either. So there you go. That's actually a 100-day EMA. Where's the 2 at? Further away. Further away. Of course it is. Yeah, look, I think Sonic, this is the Phantom chart. Sonic has been a very strong coin overall throughout the last few months, relatively speaking, right? And it's got a pretty good amount of hype. I think if that hype can continue, especially if we go back into a risk-on phase, probably some nice price appreciation potential there. SUI also trading into the 20-day EMA, like so many coins, man. I know this is what we've been saying nonstop for the past 2 weeks, but hey, it is a downtrend. It's a downtrend, guys, and downtrends trend down until they don't trend down anymore. That means constant rejections of the 20-day EMAs. That's what we've been seeing. Okay. Lark, why do you have a daughter but not a son? I also have a son, actually, but it's an interesting commentary. You don't really, like, you know, choose the babies, you know, they don't sit there and like, no, it's gonna be a boy, it's gonna be a girl. You just, you know, you get what you get, man. Okay, you roll the dice. Something comes out the other side. Downtrend equals bear market. I mean, essentially, yes. The thing is, fellow parent, the reason I sort of refrain from, you know, saying this is a horrible bear market and everything, blah blah blah. I'm not so much in the category of we're not going to see new highs for Bitcoin for 4 years. That's, I think, my thought. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Trump really does send the global economy into a new Great Depression, and it's the worst thing ever. Okay. But I am expecting that we will see some kind of resolution over the next few weeks to most of these trade deals. By the end of April, we'll probably have got a few deals at least signed. Rate cuts coming in June outside of a recession should, in theory, be good. M2 pumping, all that kind of stuff. We'll see where we end up, right? Obviously, everything's in a downtrend right now. Prices are wrecked for all altcoins. If you want to take Bitcoin trading as like a sort of a stock, right? When a stock goes 20% under its recent highs, that's considered to be a bear market. 10% is a correction, 20% is a bear market, right? So a lot of stocks are in bear market conditions. The indexes, some of those, I think is the NASDAQ still in, I think they're both just in correction right now. I think they tapped the bear market line, but are not currently trading under that. But like Bitcoin's 30% down from its all-time high, or 25%, something like that. So technically, if you want to equate it to what stocks would be, then yeah. Anyway, we're missing the most important thing here, guys. Pete said, just sold 10% of my gold. Probably not a bad move. to be honest. $3,300, man, that's not bad. That is not bad at all, especially considering how overbought it is on the weekly right now. You don't get it, do you? The damage is already done. Doesn't matter if tariffs go to zero. Perhaps. Hydrate, guys. Perhaps, Brett. And I guess we'll see what plays out over the next weeks, months. Maybe the world really goes, that's it. We're calling America's bullshit and we're sending everything to zero. New Great Depression. Let's all just get on the new Great Depression train. Sounds like a great political winner for anybody in power right now. Damage has been done, and more damage continues to be done, particularly in China-U.S. relations, but damage can be undone. Things can be pulled back from the brink. But let's see. Obviously, we are in tricky economic times and very uncertain times, which is keeping the market in a state of perpetual panic and uncertainty. How often you guys post meme coin calls in your Discord? We post meme coins probably almost daily, probably at least one meme coin a day, something like that. I mean, obviously, they're not all winners, but the winners do far make up for the ones that don't play out very well. What is your Ondo prediction? I have no real prediction around Ondo. I don't particularly pay much attention to it. I like real world assets. I'd like to point that out, but I don't particularly pay attention to it as an asset in itself. And taking a look at the chart, it looks literally like every altcoin right now. Just lost the 20-day EMA again. Meaning this was just a nice little fake out here for you. Rejection of the 50-day EMA and back down. Trading of the 200-day. Remember, nothing good happens under the 200-day. When an asset trades under the 200-day, it is fundamentally bearish. Okay. Now you might say, "Hey, great spot to add for long-term spot purchases for my asset that I like when it's trading under the 200-day." Sure, fine. But there's no momentum here. 20-day EMAs keep getting rejected. Everything trading under the 200-day EMA. We are trying to see if we can get a momentum reversal here. And that can come quicker than you think. Again, a couple positive tweets. You see how wildly headline driven the market is right now. A couple positive tweets and we're so back, baby. Okay, so, but right now, looks like a lot of other altcoins. The adults in the room have 90 days to come up with face-saving spins to cover the inevitable climb down. Amen to that, Nick. Really, it comes down to Scott Bessent, man. That dude's my whole portfolio is riding on Scott Bessent right now. I do better get some shit going down. Will the downturn, that's being generous, cause problems with other real-world assets like Ondo? I don't think so. Look, Mantra DAO had $4 million TVL and like a $7 billion, $5 billion, whatever market cap, $12 billion FTV. I mean, those are crazy numbers, man. Crazy numbers, okay? I don't think it speaks badly for other real world asset stuff. Ondo, and look, there's a lot of real world asset adjacent stuff like Avalanche and Chainlink, for example, IOTA. Real world asset specific plays, Ondo or Plume Network, those I think shouldn't really be affected by the downturn. Of anything, they should be picked up by that, because anybody who says, well, shit, this was obviously not a winner in the real world asset space, let's go put our money into something else because I still want to be exposed to real world assets. Blah, 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 blah. Fantastic comment. There it is again, the subtle hint to buy whiff. Hat stays on, baby. Let's go. CoinLeague, CryptoTax, CoinLedger. Lark, which is the best and most accurate place to track your taxes? Look, there's a lot of great places. I haven't spent a lot of time comparing the tiny nuances between them, but any of those are going to be okay, to be honest, Kevin. I don't have a strong opinion on necessarily one over the other. I think all the tax software generally works pretty well, so I think you're going to go okay with any of the one you end up choosing there. For what it's worth, CoinLeague and CoinLedger probably stand out as the best ones in the market. Lark, let the Kendu community send you some ew, energy drinks, gross. No, I do not want any Kendu. I do not want any Kendu in me, okay? You keep that Kendu in you. Look, no thanks. One, personal paranoia about going down my address, but also two, I don't drink energy drinks. Gosh damn. The last time I had an energy drink, a very, I'm just trying to think, very long time ago. Very long time ago. I can't, at least 5 years, probably 10. I don't want that shit, man. Water, right here. This is the stuff, okay? It's the good shit. Feels good. Makes you feel good. You don't need energy drinks, you need more sleep. There's my energy drink. Let's go. Okay. Thoughts on Trump looking for a new Fed chair? Oh, it's crazy if he actually gets to. I know they were talking about trying to find ways to fire Jerome Powell. I don't know if that happens or not, but I guess Jerome Powell's going to be up for getting kicked out in 2026. Trump's going to find somebody who's going to play ball with him. And it's going to give him a lot of power to pull the strings at the Fed, I think. What do you think about AI coins? I think AI and crypto, fantastic together, really. That being said, so far, we've not really seen much more than just short bumps. Meme coins have generally remained much more popular than AI coins, but there's a lot of great AI stuff out there. It's just that the market has not really valued it. And of course, there's been a lot of grift and bullshit. But I think there's some pretty good AI stuff out there in general. I think AI and crypto coming together as verification layers and chat bots and stuff like this and agents and whatever. I think there's a lot of interesting potential there. So I like AI in crypto. I do. I think it's a pretty cool area. DGB, Digibyte. Is that Digibyte the only green in a sea of red? How's this possible? Energy drinks make me tired. I feel you. If you get that initial hit and then boom. Lark, how are the YouTube metrics looking for your videos? Are you seeing anything notable for retail investors coming back in or no? No, I don't. If anything, we're not back to like bear market lows in terms of views by any means, but you can definitely see views have taken a hit, right? So, yeah. Oh, coffee I love. Don't get me wrong. Coffee's dope, man. I love coffee. I have it all the time. But that's not like these really sweet energy drinks, a lot of stuff in them, like Red Bull and whatnot. Just black coffee, man. No sugar, no milk. Pure black coffee. Simple. Beautiful. 3 cups a day. Let's go. Found strong support is 0. Enjoying my DCA only to wake up and see it down again. Well, you know, just got to hold tight. We're still in a downtrend. Let's see how we go over the next few weeks. Will we catch up to global M2 correlation, or is the trade tariff stuff too scary? I don't do drugs, only coffee, alcohol, weed, crack, smack, marching. Oh my gosh. People sweat so hard with those Monster Energy drinks. Blah. What's your opinion on SPX 6,900? I have no idea, to be honest. Here's the thing. Meme coins. Most of the meme coins are not very funny. They're not very interesting. And it's certainly not really much in the way of memes, right? Fart coin's funny. Okay, fart coin really is funny. It's got that going for it. It's absurd and it's dumb. The fact that it's worth almost $1 billion right now should make some heads explode. Fine, great. Dog with hat wasn't really funny per se, but it was kind of cute. Whatever, fine. Okay, most of the meme coins that come out are total garbage. And SPX 6,900 is not particularly funny. It doesn't really speak to me as a meme. I know there's some people who are really excited about it, but I just don't really see what's going on there. Not saying it won't go up in price, but just more. Cold brew's the best. 4 cups of coffee is good. Lark, thoughts on Murad's picks? In case you guys know who Murad is, he's a guy who talked about the meme coin super cycle and stuff like that. Had a pick of, top sort of cult community coins, whatever. I got to say this, man. That dude works hard for his bags. 100%. 100% works hard for his bags. He's out there all the time repping, saying, we're going to do all-time highs any seconds, guys. Hold on to your bags. And to an extent, whenever risk on comes back on, he'll probably prove him right. But geez, it's crazy strategy. Did we have summers when alts pumped? Yes and no. I mean, to an extent, altcoins pumped in 2017 summer it was a bit back and forth, but it wasn't terrible. 2019, we had a pretty good summer. 2020 sucked, 2021 sucked, 2022 sucked, 2023 summer, yeah, I think that kind of sucked too. 2024 summer sucked. I mean, summer usually sucks. This is the thing. That's why I think Global M2 might take us into a peak around like June or fingers crossed, some kind of local peak around like June. Could see that, especially around the Fed meeting, the rate cuts. Everyone gets excited about the rate cut coming. Rate cut comes. Maybe that's where we get our local peak. And then July, August are kind of mediocre. And then we come back September, people start paying attention again. Lark, have you tried bulletproof? I have not. Since I did keto, I love some coconut oil and even keto. Well, I don't know if I'd eat any of that in my coffee. I think I'm good with just the coffee beans, man. Oh, that's good. Here's one to finish up on for today. Zach says, "Will XRP flip Ethereum?" Gosh, it's not far away, isn't it? It's a fascinating question. Pedro saying, "Is XRP still a good choice for the medium long run?" Look, I've never been really an XRP investor. It's actually one of the first altcoins that I bought, but that was like in 2017. Since then, I have not held spot XRP. I don't mind trading XRP. I think it's got a pretty clean chart most of the time and trades pretty well. Been some nice opportunities there to short and long the bread garlic house coin. In terms of will XRP flip ETH, it's happened before. I wouldn't be shocked to see it happen again. I know we all love to dog on ETH right now, but realistically, ETH's still ETH, and it's still the biggest smart contract network and all that kind of stuff, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If anything, I'd say watch out for Solana to be the underdog that overtakes ETH in market cap at some point. Whether that happens this cycle or next remains to be seen, and whether or not ETH can really turn the ship around and scale the main chain and better their tokenomics situation. At least when we had the burn going and we had a deflationary coin, things were okay. It was good, great. Now it's back to being inflationary, not by a lot, but it was a nice narrative while we had it. Now, what narrative do we have for ETH? Not great. Whereas XRP, they're working on narrative, right? They got the RLUSD stablecoin, and the SEC case is ending, and ETFs are coming, and it's a brand name. People like it. If you were to ask your average person outside of crypto, how many crypto coins do they know? I bet XRP is going to be one of the names that they at least know. So it's got that going for it too. If it flips ETH or not, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Again, it's happened before. It didn't really matter when it happened back then. Won't really matter if it happens again. Okay. I'm still not an XRP buyer at these prices or at any price, really. I'm just not super into XRP. Again, I like trading it, and I have no problem with you guys making money. Make money on whatever coin you want to make money on. Wish you the best. Okay. But if you put a gun to my head and say, Lark, you have to buy, I'm giving you $1 million, you have to buy XRP or Ethereum. I'm going to buy Ethereum. I will get back into that abusive relationship. Okay. It's fine. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for joining today's stream. We'll see you back tomorrow with more of the latest. Peace.